24, one more, David.
Who's
One more.
gonna carry the boats?
You're gonna do it. You're gonna do it. You're gonna do it. You did it. Yeah.
Who's gonna carry the fucking boats?
We've all been there. You tell yourself tonight's the night. Tomorrow, everything changes. You're going to wake up early, hit the gym, finish that project, stop wasting time. You feel it, that surge of motivation. You're ready to lock in. But then tomorrow comes. The alarm goes off, you hit snooze, and before you know it, the day is gone, and you're right back where you started, promising yourself that tomorrow will be different.
Lock in for a nigga.
But what if I told you that locking in was never about motivation? The truth is, locking in isn't a feeling you wait for. It's a decision you make once, and everything else follows. Locking in isn't about working harder. It's not about grinding 18 hours a day. That's not sustainable. Locking in is about eliminating the in-between. It's about closing the gap between who you say you are and what you actually do. Think about it. How many times have you told yourself you're the kind of person who works out, who reads, who builds things, and you go weeks without doing any of it? You're not lying. You believe it. But belief without action is just a fantasy. And this is where most people get stuck. They wait to feel inspired, wait for the perfect moment. But here's the thing about waiting. It never comes. What keeps you going isn't motivation, it's identity. It's deciding who you are and refusing to negotiate with yourself about it. The version of you that scrolls for an hour every morning, that's not a mistake. That's a decision. And every single time you make that choice, you're reinforcing an identity. You're telling yourself, this is who I am. And eventually, you believe it. But it works both ways. You can choose a different identity. You can decide right now, in this moment, that you're the kind of person who locks in. And then you prove it. Not tomorrow, right now. Let me tell you about David Goggins. Before he became a Navy SEAL, he was 300 pounds, working as an exterminator. He was depressed. He was going nowhere, and he knew it. One night he saw a documentary about Navy SEAL training, and something clicked. Not motivation, a decision. He decided that night that he was going to become a Navy SEAL. But Goggins wasn't delusional. He knew the odds were stacked against him, but he also knew something most people never figure out. You don't need to feel ready, you just need to start. So he started running, not because he wanted to, because he decided to. And it was brutal, but he kept going, because the version of himself that he decided to become didn't quit. Over the next few months, Goggins lost 106 pounds. He passed SEAL training. He became the person he decided to be, not because he was special, because he locked in. But here's what most people miss about his story. It's not about becoming a Navy SEAL. It's about the small, invisible moment where he chose to stop negotiating with himself. That's truly what locking in actually is. It's the moment you stop debating whether you're going to do the thing. You just do it. No hesitation, no, I'll start in 5 minutes. Because the moment you start negotiating, you've already lost. Locking in doesn't require you to transform your entire life overnight. It just requires you to stop lying to yourself in the small moments. You say you're going to wake up at 6 a.m., then wake up at 6 a.m., not 6:15, 6 a.m. You say you're going to write every day, then write every day, even if it's 50 words. Because the words don't matter, the identity does. And here's the part that no one tells you. The first time you do this, it's going to feel wrong. Your brain is going to throw every excuse at you. You're tired. One day won't matter. But that's not the point. The point is that every time you negotiate, every time you give yourself an out, you're training your brain to believe that your word means nothing. You're building an identity of someone who doesn't follow through. And over time, that becomes who you are. But the opposite is also true. Every time you do the thing you said you'd do, even when you don't want to, you're reinforcing a different identity. Someone who wants it. Someone who locks in. Someone who doesn't negotiate. Someone whose word is law. And that version of you, that's the version that builds the life you actually want. Because discipline isn't restrictive. It's freedom. When you know you're going to do the thing, you stop wasting mental energy debating it. You stop feeling guilty. You just do it. And then you move on. So, how do you actually start? Let's get practical. Stop waiting for motivation. Motivation fades. The only thing that lasts is identity. Decide who you are and act like that person every single day. Making the barrier to entry so small you can't say no. You want to work out? Commit to putting on your clothes. That's it. Once the shoes are on, the rest takes care of itself. Stop negotiating in the moment when the alarm goes off. You don't think, you move. The moment you start asking yourself, should I? You've already lost. Locking in means the decision is already made. Embrace the discomfort. Comfort is where dreams die. Growth only happens when you're willing to be bad at something, when you're willing to fail, and protect your word like it's sacred. If you say you're going to do something, do it. No excuses. Because the moment you start breaking promises to yourself, you lose trust in yourself. You don't have to lock in forever. You just have to lock in today, right now, this moment, and then tomorrow, you do it again. And before you know it, the person you decided to become isn't a fantasy anymore. It's just who you are. Think about the last time you actually locked in. You weren't distracted. You weren't questioning yourself. You were just doing the thing, and it felt good. Not because it was easy, because it was clear. That clarity is what we're all chasing. And here's what I want you to understand. You're not going to feel ready. You're not going to feel motivated. But none of that matters. What matters is the decision, right here, right now. Are you going to be the person who talks about locking in? Or are you going to be the person who actually does it? Because the difference between these two people isn't talent. It's not genetics. It's one decision, repeated over and over again until it becomes who you are. So don't wait for Monday. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Pick one thing, just one. Something you've been saying you'll do but haven't, and do it right now. Because that's what locking in actually is. It's not a moment. It's a commitment to yourself that no matter what, you're going to show up. So stop waiting, stop negotiating, decide who you are, and then become that person. The rest will take care of itself